Welcome back to Irons United. Anton here to give you the latest news that's out and about today. All things West Ham. First up, West Ham have been fined £100,000 from the FA after last season's terrible scenes we saw at the Olympic Stadium when we played Burnley. Rightly so, in my opinion. There's nothing to condone the actions of the fans. Now, that's not to say that I don't agree with the issues that said or some fans had against the board, because I certainly did. It's just unfortunately the manner in how West Ham fans took that and acted upon that anger. So, there was always going to be repercussions of our actions, and we could have had a points deduction, or we could have had a behind the closed doors situation. But fortunately for West Ham fans, we've not had those last two, and the FA have come up with £100,000 disciplinary action for West Ham. So some will say that's West Ham's transfer budget gone for the summer, but obviously that's a little bit of banter. But it's done, dusted, out of the way. Hopefully we'll learn from the lessons. West Ham are trying to blame or put a bit of blame onto the Olympic Stadium London legacy owners, because obviously West Ham don't pay for the security. So there's a lesson to be learned. We all know there's a lesson to be learned in and around that stadium and with the companies that are running that. So hopefully West Ham and the Olympic Stadium can get together, London Stadium can get together and work on something to make sure it's a nicer, safer environment for every fan to go to. And yeah, protesting has to be done in a different way. It's certainly not that way. Other news that have come out today is great news, I suppose, when you think about the injuries that we've been having, is Ryan Fredericks and Reece Oxford have returned from injury. Both have been out for a while. Well, one in particular, Ryan Fredericks, who we signed from Fulham in the summer, and he's not really had a chance to really kickstart his West Ham career yet. So hopefully this turn and him coming back to fitness and playing today in the friendly against Gillingham is going to do West Ham squad the world of good and give Zabaleta a rest in those legs, because I think, to be honest, he's had a fantastic season. He really has had a fantastic season, but he's gone quiet in the last 3 or 4 games and not particularly been to the top level. But he's been covering for maybe games shouldn't have been playing in. So it'll be great to have Ryan Fredericks back, and it's a good opportunity for him to kickstart his West Ham career. I trust in Pellegrini, I trust in the signing, so I look forward to seeing what Fredericks can offer when he does get back into the side, and what a perfect start for him. I think he might get a bit of game time at weekend against Wimbledon. Another player I've mentioned there is Reece Oxford, who played in the friendly today. Rumours kicking about that he's going to be off, but you know what? Wimbledon game, the FA Cup game, is a great chance for us to see what he is capable of. I'm not the biggest fan of Ogbonna, and I think it's a great opportunity to see if Reece Oxford has still got something in his tank. Because for me personally, he must do. He might not have the right attitude, but he's got to have something in his tank. He can't come into the Premier League and perform for the 2 games that he did, and then he was dropped, and perform against players like Ozil, and supposedly had him in his back pocket, and then just disappear, and then he's teams are sniffing in around him. So I trust what Pellegrini's going to do. So if Pellegrini doesn't fancy him, then that's fine. But if he's willing to give him another shot, then the Wimbledon game's coming up perfectly for that. So I'd maybe like to see Reece Oxford there. A few transfer rumours today. We're not going to do a transfer gossip video. We'll just keep it to the West Ham latest. Some news coming out is Balotelli coming from Nantes. In Italy. Sorry. The Italian international Balotelli coming from France. Currently playing his trade in Nice, and supposedly was about to sign a deal with Marseille, but apparently West Ham have come in at the last minute to make a late bid. And do you know what? I'm all for it. Initially I thought, his attitude's wrong and all that sort of stuff. You just got to look at stats. The stats the guy reads, he's been hitting his form in the French league, albeit people will say, oh, it's the French league, it doesn't matter. He's scoring goals and we need players like that. And I think, you know what, when you look at our current setup as strikers, does he add value over any of the strikers in there? And in my opinion, he adds value over two of the strikers, Perez and Andy Carroll. So he catapults himself up into the top three. Whether or not you like Arnautovic, he's our number one, Hernandez is number two. And if we brought in Balotelli, I'd be really quite excited about it, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I think that'd be good. And lastly, the rumour about Maja from Sunderland. Young, talented striker that's been at Sunderland for a while. He's been banging in goals this season, albeit Sunderland are in League Two. But the rumour is that we will make a signing, potentially up to, or an offer of £2 to £4 million for him, and then loan him straight back to Sunderland for 18 months. So one for the future, one, you know, why not give him, keep him doing what he's doing in League One, get him used to scoring goals, and if they progress up to the Championship and he does it at that level as well, then we maybe have a little diamond in the rough that would be great to bring into the squad. So that's all the latest news from West Ham. Make sure you get your comments in below. Make sure you like the channel and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. And make sure you also enter our competition, which means you have to subscribe to the channel, because you'll be in for a chance to win the West Ham top. And one of the videos we'll put in the description below. Anyway, get subscribing. I'm Anton. This is Irons United. Come on, you Irons.